Hi, I'm Matt with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Hollywood Racks Destination 4 bike rack on the back of our 2023 Nissan Murano. Now this is going to be a great option for you if you're looking for an entry-level bike rack that's going to be able to hold up to 4 bikes. If you want to take it out with your family, it's also going to be a great option for that too. So let's take a closer look at it. We're going to have 3 points of contact. We're going to have a strap on each tire. And then on the center mass, we're going to have this clamp and strap that attaches to the main frame. Now, since this is making frame contact, I wouldn't recommend any carbon or alternative frame bikes with it. Now, it can accommodate a lot of alternative frame bikes, but you definitely have to do some maneuvering to get them on. As for your weight capacity, that's going to be 35 pounds per bike. And one of the unfortunate things about this rack we have today is it doesn't have a tilt-away feature. So if we want to access our hatch, we're going to have to take off our bike. So to do that, I'm just going to come over here to one of these straps. You're going to start either with the front or rear one and squeeze that button and push it behind. You repeat that same process for the front one too. And tuck it behind. And when we come over to the frame, I recommend making contact with the frame, either grabbing it some way, pressing that button, and pushing the strap through on here too. And with that removed, just slide that down, and now you can take off your bike and take it for a ride. Now we can take a closer look at those cradles. Those cradles are going to be able to accommodate your standard 3-inch tires. And the way those trays sit on the rack are designed to have that curvature to accommodate a wider wheelbase. And once you have all your bikes taken off, you can push these straps back on. And now we can lower this center mass. The way we do that is we come over to the front of it. We're going to have this wing nut. We're going to loosen that up. And it's going to loosen its grip on this metal hook. And you can push this on either side. Now, a trick I like to do to make sure you have a little bit more security on this is to leave this strap unstrapped for right now. And then you can strap it to your trays. And this is going to provide a very good hold so it's not bouncing up. And now I can access my hatch. That's going to be great if you need to get any stuff out of here like groceries or anything like that. Or if you want to get ready for your ride, you can take a seat, grab your gear, or even tie your shoes. But after when you've done all that, you can close this up. And then we can get some measurements on how it sits back here. So if I go from our back bumper to the back of the rack, that's going to sit a little bit over 39 inches. So that's a decent amount and something definitely to think about if you're in a tight spot, like a parking spot or garage. As for our ground clearance, if I go to the furthest point out at our lowest point, that's going to sit up about 18 inches. So thanks to this rise in our carrier, it's going to sit up a little bit higher. That's just something to think about when you are loading up your bikes. But since you're not going to be putting heavy e-bikes on here, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. But if we want to save space, you can fold this up. And the way we do that is coming over to the front of it. And you're going to see we have this knob here. You just twist it until it unthreads out. And once it's unthreaded, you can lift up on the back of the carrier and grab this knob again and push it through that hole, making sure to thread it back in place. Now we can get some measurements from the back of our bumper to the back of the carrier. That's going to sit out about 12 inches. So that's going to save you a lot of space. Now, for how it's going to interact on the back of our car today, it's going to block a decent amount. It's going to block a majority of your license plates and backup camera. And it's going to block a little bit of your taillights too, but your back window won't be obstructed. Now for how it installs, if we take a closer look down here, we're going to have this 2-inch shank, and that's going to go into your 2-inch hitch receiver. Then we're going to have this 3/4-inch anti-rattle bolt that runs through and connects to this locking cord just for that added security. Since we have the anti-rattle bolt in here, it's going to prevent this from shaking around, giving you a good secure fit. Now overall, I think this is going to be a solid option for you if you are looking for something at the entry level and you want to take something out for your family or a lot of friends. Now, if you want to have the ability to carry one more additional bike, then I'd recommend the Yakima Full Tilt Bike Rack. It's going to be a hanging style bike rack that allows you to hold 5 bikes. Now, the only trade-off with that is not going to be as stable as this one, because as you saw, this one has a lot of tie-down points, a lot of points you have to grab and tighten down. But all those tighten down points just make it more secure. So if you do like the security of this one and the fact that it can be a good bike rack for your family, then I think it's going to be the best option for you. But if you liked everything you saw today, that's just a look at the Hollywood Racks Destination 4 bike rack on the back of our 2023 Nissan Murano.
Now we're going to go ahead and take it on our test course. First we'll start with the slaloms. This is going to show the side-to-side action. It's kind of going to mimic the movements that you'll see whenever you're driving down the road normally. Now we'll have the alternating speed bumps. This is going to be more so like the uneven roads and some of that uneven terrain you might be traveling on, and see how it holds up.